Hi, this first module is to introduce you to the genetic counseling profession. This will be a brief overview and include some general information. Further modules will discuss many of these topics in greater detail. These modules are designed for you to go at your own pace. You can pause and rewind whenever you would like. This module is going to discuss the following topics. What do genetic counselors do? Where do genetic counselors work? What are some of the specialties in genetic counseling? What is a genetic counselor's salary? How to become a genetic counselor? And diversity in genetic counseling. First, what do genetic counselors do? Genetic counselors receive education and training in medical genetics and counseling. They utilize this information to help patients understand their own genetic health and genetic risks. Genetic counselors become experts in genetics, but are also able to provide support to the patients they see, as well as empower the patient to make informed health decisions. Where do genetic counselors work? There are many options in the field of genetic counseling. Genetic counselors work in clinics, laboratories, industry, and even education and public health. This slide lists just some of the areas where current genetic counselors work.
Next up are some of the specialties that genetic counselors can go into. This is not an exhaustive list, but it does include many of the core specialties. Many genetic counselors work in adult genetics, cancer genetics, prenatal or preconception genetics, or pediatric genetics. A genetic counselor's salary. We cannot give an exact number for the salary of a genetic counselor. The salary depends on many factors. These factors include setting, like working in a lab or a clinic or pharmaceutical companies. Location, like working in a big city or rural town, or even the difference between working in a public hospital or a private office. It can also vary depending on the specialty, like cancer genetics or prenatal genetics. Genetic counseling is a rapidly growing and evolving field with a great job outlook. The salary also can vary in every state, and even different regions vary in how much genetic counselors are paid.
How do you become a genetic counselor? There are several requirements needed, including an undergraduate degree, as well as specific courses completed prior to starting a master's program. Every genetic counseling program has their own applications and specific forms. Skipping forward to when you are a genetic counselor, you will need to take the boards, a certification exam, and earn continuing education credits that will help you maintain your status as a board-certified genetic counselor. Further modules will go more in depth into the application process. Lastly, let's look at diversity. It is well known that the genetic counseling field currently lacks diversity. There have been efforts to try and diversify the field over the past few years. There is a lot of research that shows that diversity in a profession can be beneficial to all. We hope that this and the following modules will be able to reach future genetic counselors who may not have known about the profession until now.
Thank you for your interest in genetic counseling. Please continue to the next module that will focus on genetic counseling admissions. Thank you to the students at the Long Island University Post Genetic Counseling Graduate Program, Class of 2023, who created these modules, and thank you to our advisors.